I still shake on the first day of every film shoot. I've seen Ananya, Sara I've known for 6-7 years now. I think it's great that films from all over the country are getting so much attention.
Hi everyone, this is Avinash Lohana and you're watching Pinkvilla. Today I'm in conversation with a very adorable Janhvi Kapoor. Hi.
Hi.
Firstly, welcome to Pinkvilla. Thank you for doing this with us.
No, thank you for having me.
I have to ask you this. Congratulations for your award firstly.
Yes, you guys put up such a wonderful evening. So many people turned up and we had such a good time.
I hope you did.
I did, for sure.
Yeah, lovely. Thank you so much for coming that day as well.
You.
Good luck, Jerry. It's a film that everyone is waiting for. And I don't know if you remember, but your first film released in July. This one is also releasing in July.
Oh, yes.
Right? You finished 4 years in the business this July.
Oh, wow. What date did it
20th
release?
July that was.
20th July.
20, yes.
This is 29. Oh,
Yeah.
that's sweet.
4 years.
Yay.
Yeah. And how do you feel when you look back at this journey today? Has this been rewarding?
I feel old. I feel like I've definitely grown and learned so much, but I feel like यार 4 साल निकल गए, इतना कुछ करना था, इतना कुछ सीखने को मिला और फिर भी इतना कुछ करने को मिला despite the pandemic, I think. And it's just I was a different person 4 years ago, I think.
Sure, but you know, when you look back at that first day when you went on the set and you look at yourself today, how do you feel? I'm sure the growth is also an achievement, right?
I would hope so. I think I would look back at how I was 4 years ago on that first day of shoot. I remember I didn't sleep all night.
Really?
Yeah, I was so nervous. I didn't sleep, and it was an early morning shot, and God, I remember I was shaking.
Yeah. Now it's much better.
I still shake on the first day of every film shoot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's a black comedy.
Yes.
And you know, Pierce Brosnan once said, dark comedy is very difficult. You have to bring the audience in and push them away at the same time. It's right? You have
I don't want to push them
laugh.
away.
No, you have to make them laugh and at the same time you have to make them uncomfortable. That's the idea of a black comedy.
Really?
Maybe. Isn't it?
I don't know अगर uncomfortable होंगे, हंसेंगे ज़रूर.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, they will probably be uncomfortable also.
Maybe a little shift in their seat is what I mean.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Not the usual comedy.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bit of thrill, a bit of action, a lot of quirky, mad characters.
Was it challenging? The genre in itself? Yeah, I'm sure, you know, in a normal comedy, there are jump scares, or even in Ruhi, it was a horror comedy, there were jump scares, there were other methods to make people laugh.
More than the genre, I think the dialect was a little challenging for me. Yeah, I tried to be as particular as possible. I really didn't want to, because there are a lot of emotionally heavy scenes also in the film, and I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going in and out of the dialect. I wanted to try to make sure there was some consistency. So I think to try to be anal about that while also thinking about the performance was a little bit of a challenge, but hopefully we've succeeded.
I'm sure.
I hope so.
I'm sure. You're also doing Mili, which is a remake of Helen, a Malayalam film. Somebody saw the film, who I know, and has told me it's turned out phenomenal.
Really?
Yes.
Who saw?
I'll tell you off the camera.
Okay.
But that person told me that the film has turned out phenomenal. And have you made a lot of changes from the original there?
No.
No?
No, we actually haven't. I mean, it's tough, no, because 70% of the film is a survival thriller. I mean, she is stuck in the freezer.
Yeah.
And Mathu sir, who directed the original, has directed Mili also, and he was very clear about his vision, although he keeps telling me that Mili as a character is very different from Helen.
Yeah.
And he was like, he was like, I wasn't trying to make her different, but I just wanted you to be yourself a little bit in the film and try to bring that energy out. So hopefully it's worked out. He didn't want me to do any readings. He didn't want me to read the script. He said, don't learn the dialogues if you don't want to, just show up on set. So
really?
Yeah, it was kind of, I was very nervous because I've never worked like that. But
that's liberating as an actor also, no?
I think so. I definitely learned a lot. I learned a lot, and it was an experience like I don't even know how to describe that experience. They built a freezer for me, which was at -5 degrees at all times, and we shot in it. And we were only supposed to shoot for 10 days, but we ended up shooting for 21. People were falling sick, and it was so tough. But I hope it's paid off.
What is your opinion on South vs Bollywood debate? It's going on a lot these days.
It is, no? It's kind of weird because I firstly, of course, there will be firstly, I'm an advocate for Indian cinema, and I understand that there will be a divide because there's a very obvious language barrier.
Yeah.
But I think it's great that films from all over the country are getting so much attention,
Correct.
are widening their reach.
Yeah.
I don't see how that's a bad thing. If in fact, I think it might encourage other people also to like step up, pull up their socks. It might encourage more collaborations between different industries within India. I
Yeah.
think that our country is full of such talented people, such amazing creative minds, that if
Yeah.
we just worked together as a collective community, then I think that we'd create some amazing content.
Sure.
And as far as this Bollywood or Hindi cinema versus South cinema goes, I think that, see, we've all always been making films. Of late, I guess their films have had a certain amount of reach that maybe the ratio has gone a little off, but it's okay. We've done so much work also. We've entertained, our Hindi language films have entertained so many people for so long as well, and
Exactly.
collected those numbers also. I think it's just maybe like a momentary ऊपर नीचे जो होते रहे, it's not a bad thing, it's a good thing.
Sure, but I think we can also look at it as, and you know, you can probably answer that question because you're a part of the business. After the kind of content that is appealing to the audience from South, has the makers started thinking to work on those lines to maybe appeal to a larger audience, a pan-India audience? Has that murmur or discussion started in the business?
I don't know. I think that maybe they're just starting to realize कि अच्छा थिएटर्स में लोगों को ऐसा एक्सपीरियंस चाहिए और लाइक दिस इज क्लियरली वर्किंग. बट आई रियली थिंक अगर आप उस नियत के साथ फिल्म बनाएंगे ना कि अच्छा ये चल रहा तो ये फॉर्मूला को रेप्लिकेट करने की कोशिश करता है, वैसे किसी को भी वैसे फिल्म नहीं बनानी चाहिए. Because that's a dishonest approach. I think the reason these films have worked, apart from the vision and the scale and the swagger of the actors, is the conviction and the honesty and the fact that the vision was honest and I think personal. So I think if we just empower ourselves a little bit to have those ideas and not chase formulas so much, we might be in a better place.
Sure. I also have to ask you this, another exciting film that you're doing is Bawaal with Varun. You're shooting for it. How exciting. I'm sure the set would be mad.
It's a lot of fun. It's actually not as mad as one would imagine. It's just amazing. Nitesh sir's energy is amazing. Mitesh, our DOP, he's so quick and he's got such great energy. The whole team is wonderful, and I think we all believe so much in the story and in these characters that I think it always feels good, no, when you're collectively feeling like, oh, we're making something that we believe in, and we're creating something, and we're finding moments. And Nitesh sir just has the best energy possible. Like, he can make you feel like you can do no wrong and like you're in the safest space ever, and he really guides you and handholds you through things and still gives you freedom to try things. I'm having the best time on that set.
Yeah. But any fun moments from the set that you can share? Anything that happened recently? You all shot in Berlin, na?
We shot in Berlin and we shot in Paris.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if, okay, so we were shooting, we had to wake up really early one day on most days because we were shooting, Paris is a touristy place, so you need to shoot before all of the tourists come in. So we had to wake up really early. And I had been intermittent fasting because I had to lose weight for Mr. and Mrs. Mahi.
Correct.
But I play a cricketer, so I needed to start looking a little athletic. And so I had my last meal at 7 p.m. the previous evening. We woke up at 4 a.m. the next day, and nothing in Paris opens till 9:30. So I was waiting, starving. Finally, at 10, they said we got the food. By the time it reached me, it was 11. And we finished the shot. I was sitting in the garden, and finally I was so happy. I'm having breakfast, egg scrambled. It looked yummy. And I opened the dabba. For 2 seconds, I look away, and I look back, and a dog has come and taken all of my food and gone. Like, at one go, just picked it all up and gone. And I have just started crying. I was like, "Kyun ho raha hai mere saath?" It was bad.
Very harsh.
It was a hard day.
I hope you got your food soon after.
No, I got so angry at like life and God. I was like, "Abhi main khaungi nahi, bhooki rahungi." Yeah, it was sad.
Also, today's generation of stars like you and Varun, or even you, Sara, Ananya, get along so well, and it's how people perceive that contemporaries don't really get along well. It's not the same anymore. Do you like this? Which of course was a perception at one point. Do you like the company? Is there a chance that we can see like a Jule Zara jaise ban rahi hai, वैसे maybe something
Oh,
with
I
you,
hope
Sara,
so.
Ananya?
I think it'll be so fun.
It will be.
I think it'll be wild. I think that I'm actually really fond of these girls. I think that I have a lot of respect for what they do and how they carry themselves, and I enjoy their company a lot. And
Yeah.
and we've seen each other for so long. I've seen Ananya. She's been Shanaya's best friend forever, so I've
Yeah.
always seen her around. Sara I've known for 6-7 years now, since before she was an actor. So for me, in my head, when I think of them, I don't think of like, oh, my contemporaries. I think first of like the little girl with long hair who used to like run around with Shanaya, or like Sara who visited me in LA and like made me skip lines at Disneyland, you know. And so and like and I actually really like them, and I want them to do really well, and I think they would want the same for me. I think we're secure enough to know that we can all coexist and thrive.
Yeah.
ऐसे नहीं है कि हाँ इंडस्ट्री में एक ही एक्ट्रेस होगी और उससे ही सारा काम मिलेगा. It doesn't work like that.
You also mentioned Shanaya Khushi, all of them are making their debuts now. Do they like come up to you now for advices? Do you like and protect your sister, give them some advice?
Yeah, I think I'm quite protective of both of them. Khushi doesn't ask for advice so much. She gives me advice. I in fact think sometimes Shanaya asks me for more advice than Khushi does. But they're both so smart and confident. Like I was in Delhi for Shanaya's ramp walk that she did for Manisha's show, and I was in awe of how confident she was. She owned that ramp, and I thought that was so cool. And people underestimate how gutsy it is to be in front of everyone and have that much confidence and be unfazed. It takes a lot, and not many people can, I don't know, pull it off with that much ease, I think.
Correct. Especially because you all are known faces already, so already there's so much of pressure, and then these judgments to deal with, and then deal with it with so much confidence, more power.
I guess so. लेकिन life में इतना कुछ आसानी से मिल ही गया. अगर दो लोग बोल रहे कि हाय nepotism या ये she doesn't deserve to be here, like you can deal with that, I think.
Yeah.
It's not like you're getting to do what you love to do. So
Yeah. Oh, that debate is
never ending.
Yeah, never ending. True. Any chance we'll see you and Arjun work together? It will be a crazy match.
I hope so. I really hope so. The thing is that I think because we're all working so much, touch wood, we're not getting to spend as much time together as a family as I would want us to, I think.
Yeah?
And I think that the most time I've spent with Papa has been during the shoot of Mili.
Yeah.
Because we were creatively doing something together.
Yeah.
So I think the only way now to get the family together is to just do a film and like cast everyone in the family. Maybe we'll have to call it nepotism only because family mein hai. But yeah. I would love to do a film with him.
But I know you'll have a WhatsApp group that you all keep in touch with.
Yeah, called Dad's Kids.
Really?
Yeah.
How cute.
Dad's Kids plus Dad.
Oh, acha.
Yeah.
Dad's Kids plus Dad.
Plus Dad, because Papa was feeling left out. So we had to add him to the group.
Yeah, I know he once told me he also sends you all those pictures now of him getting ready and on the group and all of that.
Oh God, he is obsessed with clicking pictures of his. Does he keep sending you also his pictures in suits? Alag suits pehan ke, but he is actually the real style icon of India.
Yes.
No one knows it.
Yeah, and one of the most nicest person I met, truly. Last question, who's your favorite cartoon character, Tom or Jerry?
Jerry. Tom is like big and dumb. Jerry's small, cute and smart.
I agree. But I can't wait to see Good Luck Jerry,
you.
and I can't wait to see everything you're doing in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you. If you guys enjoyed watching this video, please like, share and subscribe to pinkvilla.com.